I didn't upload anything today. I was going to, and I didn't because I've been busy doing other stuff. But I need to get those. I need to get the Truck Series videos up. Did you know that Truck Series ends next weekend?
Yeah.
I didn't. I thought it was like the 19th or something. I thought I put it in the middle of August. I didn't realize it was the week after this Summer Series race.
Yeah.
I still haven't ordered.
It was.
You guys are live too.
I still haven't ordered trophies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, look how tan I am. I'm dark.
How?
How? Well, I was out in the middle of the sun all weekend because well, at least it was shady down there. But yeah, I was out in the sun, even with my hat. I had my big old farmer's hat on, and we still got sunburnt pretty good. Emerson's sunburnt as well. Not really burnt.
Yeah.
I just tan. I think I've been burnt enough this year that it's actually made it fine. You know. Let me turn this down. Mute it. There we go. Now I can see the chat. Gosh darn it. There we go.
Oh, my Lord.
How come you're not? You went camping for a week. How come you're not tan?
I stayed in the camper.
Oh. Where did you go?
The Black Hills in South Dakota. Hill City area.
Was there
Keystone?
I think I know where that is. My dad actually took us to when my dad bought a 1980 something Buick Century station wagon and got like this rebate on it. And then he took that money and took us on an actual family vacation for a week to the Black Hills. I saw Mount Rushmore, the Crazy Horse Memorial. We went to Trout Haven. Caught some trout and kept them, and then you could take the trout into the restaurant and they'd clean them for them, and then you could eat it. That was pretty cool.
What? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Wall Drug. Did you guys stop by there? Did you go that way?
No, we never go to Wall Drug.
There's all
Did you go to Wall Drug?
Oh yeah, we did. There was all those Wall Drug signs the whole way there. We went to the Corn Palace too, and I remember thinking to myself, "This is it."
Yeah.
My mom's like, "This is just a tourist trap. Let's get out of here."
I wanted to go, knowing it was a tourist trap, just to say I did it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just one of those stupid things you got to do.
Yeah, when you're in South Dakota, because what else are you gonna do? I remember going to the Badlands, and I'm definitely scared of heights to a certain point. Like if you get me high enough, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I remember being on the cliff of the Badlands or whatever, and I had to I laid down and then like crawled forward and just put my head a little bit over the ledge and looked down. That's as far as you would get me. I couldn't believe that there wasn't a railing.
Yeah.
I remember all that. That was before my parents divorced.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Margie. Oh, no way. Okay, so this is really funny. My sister, I believe, on that trip, my sister said her first cuss word.
Really?
Yeah. I think it was that trip because I remember us going, and I think she would God, what did she say? She was, at first it was like, my mom used to say this too, but she's like, oh my God. And then I think she let out an S-bomb on that very same trip. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Really? Did she get in trouble?
No, she didn't. She was 5. She's not going to get in trouble for that. It was funny. Actually, my parents thought it was funny. So, but then it was like, I don't even remember them being mad. I think they just thought it was funny, but they were like, shh, stop. We saw Devil's Tower on that trip too. Did you go see Devil's Tower?
Yeah.
It's about 2 hours away,
I've seen
isn't
it before. This is the third time we've been up there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, Margie said, "What the hell is this shit?"
Yeah. That's funny.
My sister remembers that. That's wonderful. That's fantastic. See? I have how do you say that? Collaborating evidence. That's cool. In the chat, Michael Root's on here and he asked how Louis C.K. was. Well, we're seeing him this Thursday.
Oh.
Yeah, not last week, this week. So I'll let you know.
Yeah, would you? Man,
I'll let
I
you
wish
know
I
for the
could have
next
gone to
one.
that.
Yeah, I'm.
There's still any tickets available?
I don't know. I haven't looked. I was it popped up on my email, and I'm like, oh, I got to go to this, and so I bought them right away.
Where is it?
It's at the Funny Bone.
Or something? The
Funny
Bone?
Dude, the last time he was here before, his whole thing went down, I looked for tickets for him at the CenturyLink Center down here, and they were $120 a ticket.
Dude, I bet they're cheap now.
I paid $30. $30.
Huh?
It was $30 a person.
Give me a ticket, I'll go.
No, my mom, my wife and I are going. It's like a date night. It's gonna be great.
Oh, I can't just come?
I don't think so. No.
Really?
Yeah, Jason Haley's just said there's no tickets available. So
Man.
I knew that would sell out fast. I mean, say what you want about the guy. He's still funny.
No, I like him. Hey.
The guy, he asked for permission. He asked permission. I know, I get it, but at the same time, he asked permission.
Yeah, he was like, what is it, his joke about it? It's like, if you ever, because he's like, all right, let's talk about it, he's like, what does he say? If you're ever going to do that thing in front of somebody and you ask them and they say yes, ask them, are you sure? And then just don't do it.
Yep. Yeah, dude.
That was my favorite joke about it.
Well, I saw Chad Daniels at the Funny Bone, it was before pandemic, so almost a year and a half ago, and I got to meet him afterwards.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm wondering if we're gonna be able to do that. It's fine if we don't, but that would be really super cool if we did. So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You'd be like, "Hi, I'm Alex. Big fan.
Big fan. Can I get a picture? Can I get a picture, please?"
Mm-hmm.
So weird.
So how was your race? I saw you got rained out or something.
Kind of. So all right, we'll talk about it. There's nothing new out, is there? Did it Team Associated? We haven't even introduced the show yet. We've just been talking for 12 minutes.
We should
do
that.
that. Yeah, we got to do that for the edited version. All right, here we go. You ready? I'm gonna clear my throat. Hey, this is Alex Sturgeon with the Hobbytown Hobbyplex here for the Hobbyplex show, and with me as always,
Will Brinton.
And I am store manager / race director for the Hobbytown Hobbyplex. Will is a Team Associated driver and all around good guy at the Hobbyplex. And we're here to talk about anything that happens pretty much
in small doses.
Yeah, pretty much in RC now. And but also, this is a kind of a Hobbyplex oriented podcast as it was intended to be. So
yeah.
But we get to talk about some stuff when it comes out,
Yeah.
What do we got? What did I see today? Hang on. As always, this show is brought to you by Pivot Lending Group. You can find them at pivotlending.com. And if you mention our show at either Don Zoller or Aiden Olson's dad, you can get a 0.125 off your interest rate or $500 lender credit.
Yeah, just call and ask for Aiden Olson's dad.
Yeah, ask for Aiden Olson's dad. Okay, now, what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Oh, something I saw, there's a new J Concepts tire.
Yeah,
it's like an updated
Double D2s?
Double D, yeah. So, I don't know. I honestly didn't have any time to research it or anything. Like, I saw it on I was leaving the shop, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And I got on my scooter and rode home. And then here we are.
So, I was thinking about this today because I saw the email, and do you think that at some point in the future there will be a kind of a resurgence or a need or a want in general to return to outdoor 10-skill racing?
I don't know. If the indoor tire game gets anything or gets any worse, then yes.
Right.
I think
that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
If we can't come up with a tire that you can just buy and put on your car and go play without having to do the grinding or all the voodoo that we have to do to get this stuff to work the way we want it to work.
It's not even that. It's the quantity of tires.
Yeah.
It's the, it's how long slicks actually last.
Yeah.
Go fast. It's all the extra stuff you got to buy.
Yeah.
Like it's like foam tire touring car.
Yeah, I know.
Right now.
That's
why I'm interested in racing an 8-scale and outdoor gas truck right now, because it's like,
it was refreshing.
You know what I mean?
It honestly, it was kind of refreshing to go to an outdoor track and just slap on tires and just play with the compound and not have to worry about anything else.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, so I want to give everybody kind of a breakdown of what happened this weekend with me at the Air Capital Throwdown in Wichita at Emory Park RC in Wichita, Kansas, is where Emerson and I went off to. And I want to give the full breakdown on it, but I'll just tell you really quick that one of the nicer things was, they had ended up putting soap and lime on the track. So they put a combination of like laundry detergent and then lime, right? And you and I have raced on lime before, lots of it, and I didn't think it was any good at all. I mean, I wish they would have never done that, but it is what it is. It's way long ago. But the amount that they used on this kind of worked in a way. The track itself was quite bumpy, but it's an outdoor track, so I was expecting that. The track itself was a little tighter than what I had thought on the size of the track. Like they used every single inch of the track.
Yeah.
Which is, that's cool because you get a lot of lap times, right? The lap times, I think we were running like 32s and 33-second lap times, right?
Yeah.
But we ran aqua tires all weekend long, and we ran basically the same set of tires in each car the whole weekend.
That's good.
And the one that we used on the nitro car finally sort of showed some wear at the end of Emerson's 25-minute main. And if we hadn't gotten rained out, I was going to use the exact same tires in the 40 plus A main. And then by the end of mine, who knows? They probably would have been, somewhat bald, but they didn't burn off like if we were using maybe a blue or a green compound.
Yeah.
But I can tell you in e-buggy that I was using the aqua reflexes that we had ran all the way back in May in Thunder Road, and then I tried them up in Foley, and then I ran them for 2 qualifiers, and then I slapped on a brand new set of aqua blockers because that's all I had, and they're phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And I was ready for the main. I didn't have to do anything. You just put them on and go.
That's good.
And so, yeah, I think it made me wonder, you've got don't you have like, from J Concepts, you've got sprinters.
Yeah.
And then you've got, I think he makes blockers in 2-wheel drive, and then you've got the double Ds, and then, so they announced these tires. Proline's got fugitives made for outdoor. You still got whole shots from Proline.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see if at some point we just sort of get tired of the tire stuff again and sort of look for a way to go race outside every once in a while. Although not at the Plex, it's not. At the Plex, it is what it is. Our track's awesome, but we've been doing it for so long, we all kind of know what to do to our stuff, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, if you can make a set of tires last for, I feel like I should be able to go to any big race, bring two sets, maybe 3, and race.
Yeah.
And not have to, it's pretty much like nobody breaks in tires anymore because they just grind it.
Yeah.
You know, and we're like the exception anymore. We're like old school, where like for the summer series, I run 2 or 3 practice batteries on my car, and run my 2 qualifiers on the same set of tires, and then run the main. And they've been sitting here. They're like slicked off to that, maybe like just barely ghosted in the middle, maybe, and they're perfect. Like there should be like no reason why there should be any reason, or there should be no need to really have something beyond that, because like, okay, so like tires are what, $70? Like if you buy tires and wheels across the shelf, and you need like 4 sets to be competitive at a big race, you know,
In
or
mod.
maybe 5. I mean, yeah, modified.
In mod.
Like if you're grinding to slicks.
Stock's a lot easier on tires.
Is it?
I think
I
so.
don't know. Yeah.
Way less wheel spin.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I just don't want it to go the way of foam tire touring car. You know?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what happened. Like grinding down brand new set of tires, running one time, and they're done.
Yeah.
And those tires were a lot cheaper. Right?
Were they? Well, I mean,
I thought so.
I remember the last foam race I ever did was the 2005 Novak race at Trackside, and I must have spent like $250 on foam tires that weekend.
Yeah,
because in order to be fast at all in modified, especially, you had to grind them down basically to nothing, and they only lasted one round.
Yeah,
and if you left them any taller, you would flip over everywhere.
Yeah.
And I remember them being $24, $25 a set, a pair. I'm sorry, a pair.
Oh, really?
So I mean, I guess
I remember it being $12 a pair.
Oh no, I remember these were Jaycos, and I was pissed because we didn't bring enough from the Plex.
Were they like Jayco plaids?
Maybe. I don't even remember the compound. I just remember the price and being pissed off that we didn't bring enough tires from the Plex.
Yeah.
So I had to pay full price, which, you know, I work in a hobby shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
well, like, you know, and it's like kind of the same deal if you go there now.
Yeah.
Like the fast guys in modified are running 1-run silver slicks.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's, I don't know, kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I love racing. I'm still going to do it, but I think that for the average dude, stuff's getting too expensive.
Yeah.
And that's what kills it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we could have 10, 15 guys that, you know, might be getting a deal on their stuff racing, but the guys that come without deals and come to race, those are the guys that you need to be racing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my opinion. That's my soapbox on it. But
yeah,
in that aspect, 8 scale is cheaper. The initial investment's more, but the
tires are more expensive though.
Yeah. Do you
Tires
think you
and
need
wheels.
as many of them?
It depends on if you have the right compound or not. Because I was going down there with greens and blues.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had been keeping up on what they were using on their weekly racing, and then I just happened to have aqua compound from the last J Concepts order I made for regionals.
Mm-hmm.
And if I wouldn't have had those compounds, I would have been on greens and blues, and I would have gone through probably 3 sets of tires.
Right. But I mean, if you had the compound you knew you needed, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my opinion. I've never liked slicks in off-road. I hate slicks in off-road.
I mean, we're pretty fortunate that we can run treads.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And be fun and be really fast. And, you know, for all of you guys listening out there, the Hobbyplex doesn't mark up our tires. I mean, we're the same price as A-Main. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we're definitely not price gouging anybody on tires. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. No, I wouldn't say that at all.
Yeah.
But I was just kind of.
I think that's one reason why we sell so many. Like I looked because I was begging J Concepts for more gold ellipses for this weekend for the store to buy, and I'm like, you got to send us something. And I went and looked at how many tires we've sold. We've sold like 80 pairs of gold ellipses since April, and that's a trend that's been going up the last couple years. I remember 4 years ago, maybe, I was like, man, why do we even have tires? Nobody buys them from us.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I think because we got them, you know, we've actually been able to get them, but also we're the same prices online. And now that like sales tax and stuff is being charged online, you know, you might as well just get them from us. It seems like.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I feel that's why I like our track. I'm always trying to think if there's anything I can do to the surface to try and make it better, but then I would worry about us going to end up being a slick track, and I don't really want to be a slick track.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I guess we're unique in that aspect.
Yeah. That's gonna. You think that'll be a thing if we get awarded the Nats next year?
I don't know. Maybe.
Because guys are gonna have I think you can get away with it in 4-wheel drive.
Mm-hmm. No, you obviously can in 4-wheel.
Yeah, but I don't know. Not that I care. I can read online, afterwards, oh, the only track in America that doesn't run slicks anymore, and they choose that one to hold the Nats.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
I don't know. It doesn't. Not that it matters. It really doesn't matter.
Right.
What else did I see? Team Associated has a little. Their little SC28 line or whatever has a little. Yeah. It's a drag racing car.
Yeah,
the drag racing body.
28. Yeah, or whatever.
Dude, speaking of selling stuff, do you know how many of those we sell every year?
Oh,
holy crap, dude!
Mm-hmm.
We're always ordering those because we don't want to run out, but it's crazy how many of those we sell.
Yeah,
and they're $54.99, and they have Team Associated's name on it. So, so that came out. So I'm sure we're gonna have those. I think that's about it. Is there anything else I'm missing? The Pinto. Did you see the Pinto? The Proline Pinto that we talked about it last week, but they finally showed the actual pictures of it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
It looks pretty cool.
It's really short looking though, because it doesn't have a fin coming out the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. That's really cool. I don't know. Okay, that about does it for that. So all right. So well, I'll talk about my race. Is that cool?
Yeah, do it.
All right. So Emerson and I had planned on going to this race since we knew about it, probably way back in April, I think. And so we got the weekend off. And so we went to the Air Capital Throwdown at Emery Park RC in Wichita, Kansas. It's my first time there. I've been, going to Hutch since I was, 20 years old or whatever. But Hutch is about 30 miles to the northwest of Wichita proper. And so I found a hotel that it was the only hotel I could find under $100 that had any good reviews. And that's always a struggle for me because I used to not give a crap. Like there was this hotel in Chillicothe, Missouri called the Starlight, and it was like $22 a night. And I would stay there because I didn't care. And then I met Gretchen. And Gretchen has turned me into a big-time hotel snob because when Gretchen, this is why she doesn't like to travel either, but when Gretchen and I travel, she immediately lifts up all the covers, tears all the covers off the beds, and inspects for bugs. I'm not allowed to wear bare feet on the floor anywhere. And yeah, and it so it all stems from that. And so now when we go to race or we go anywhere without her, we break a couple of those rules, but I still check the beds. Because boy, that would freak me out if I had got bit by bed bugs. But I also, so what I do now is I use my hotel's app and I check the thing and I look at all the reviews and I try to find a hotel that doesn't have crappy ones, all over the place. And that for whatever reason, there was a lot of them. So I found that one. And then, so we stayed there and then we got to the race like mid-afternoon on Friday. They had kind of the rule that we do where if you practiced on Friday, you're not allowed to practice on Saturday until a certain time. And they had basically made it so if you practice on Friday, you couldn't practice at all on Saturday before the race started. So I had Emerson bust out the nitro stuff, and I basically had him practice on Friday, and then I practiced Saturday morning. And like I said, I put aqua compound on both of our cars, and that seemed to be the ticket. We were out there on green Cosmos for a little while, and it just did not. The car did not like it. It was grabbing.
It was real greasy feeling.
Dude, it was grabbing everything and getting tossed around on every little bump and rut and stuff like that, and just wasn't a very precise drive. And so I put them on those aqua compound blockers, and it was really good. Qualifying came around, and with e-buggy, I TQ'd the first round, and then 40 plus was up before the expert, and so I raced that, and I was going to finish second, but I think Chris Puller was leading, and I think he wrecked on like the last lap, and I wrecked on the last lap, but my wreck was faster, so I ended up TQing the first round of 40 plus nitro, and then Emerson went out there, and I think he qualified fourth in
Really?
expert. Yeah, and we're running qual points, and so that was a really good first round. And then the second round came, and this is where things started to come off the rails. And so I just want to discuss this for anybody watching this that happened to be there. I just want you to know that the only person that I ever get mad at these things is either Emerson or me. If it's Emerson, if it's Emerson, it's because he's doing something stupid or he's not doing what he's supposed to. And if it's anything else, then I'm pissed at myself. So the first 3 laps I was going really fast in e-buggy, and I just started crashing, and then it just cascaded from there, and I had like one of the worst rounds. It was like Foley's second round. Remember up there, we just crashed everywhere. It was just like that, and I'm like, not again.
Mm-hmm.
So then I tried to regroup, and the 40 plus race came around, and same thing. After a couple laps, all of a sudden crashes, and I'm just freaking out. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! Like I gave both of those races away, in my opinion. And but Emerson, we swapped bodies. We're running the same car, the Techno NB48 2.0, and put his body on. He went out there and he got a 5th for the round.
Nice.
And so the track was definitely getting harder. It was getting a little bit more rutted. It also happened to be extremely hot. So the first round, I didn't even notice the heat that much. But by the second round, dude, we were all it was miserable. Everybody was. Yeah. It was so hot. And I think that's one of the reasons why the track got so hard to drive, because, I mean, it was 102 degrees or something like that. Right in the middle of the day. So I'm back there and I'm stewing about it, and I'm thinking about that. And then Tony Leatherman came talk to me, and so I kind of got happy again, and got to see him. I got to see Cody Jandrakovic was down there. He moved back, I believe, to Wichita or Hutch, and he was living in Amarillo, Texas, for a while. Of course, John Davies, Jeff Warner, Ken Peterson, his kiddos. I think it was Jace that was down there. You got Mason and Colin Herrick. They were down there. Keith and his kid Chris and Mackenzie West, they were running the show. Saw some guys I haven't seen in a long time. Alan Van, Steve Schwinn, Coach Townsend was down there. And I don't know. It was really good. So I tried to regroup for the final round of qualifying and put those new tires on. I put brand new aqua blockers on and took a lap and a half to get the edge off of them. That's all it took. And then I went out there and slammed it and ended up TQing e-buggy. Nice. And then this sucks so bad. So 3 minutes into the 40 plus race, I was leading. And I was on a TQ pace. There was 2 heats, 40 plus. I was on a TQ pace, and I came over this jump and shorted it, and I crashed. And then all of a sudden I heard a noise, and I'm like, no. And I came around to do these jumps that were in front, and it just stopped. And then it was like almost like it was going on its own. So Emerson ran out there, and luckily he was wearing boots, because that's what he does now. And
that's his thing.
Yeah, he put his boot in there and shut the engine off. Well, the clutch bell had exploded, So yeah, and there's no hobby shop down there, and his race was in like 3 races, and I'm like, this sucks. Like I shouldn't even been running the class because, I just, I was thinking to myself, I just ruined Emerson's race. He's not going to be able to run because we don't have any parts. Well, I got hooked up really quick. There was a couple guys there that had some techno stuff. I think Keith gave me a clutch bell, and luckily that's all it was. The spur gear was damaged slightly, but it ended up working itself out. Like, it had a little hitch in it, but after Emerson's race, it was gone. So
slapped in.
Yeah, it just whacked in there. So I ended up putting it all together. Emerson went out and run. I'm like, look, if you don't finish, it's fine. Whatever. You still got a 4 and a 5. We'll be in the main. Everything's fine. Well, he went out there and finished 4th for the round.
Nice.
Yeah, and I kind of took a big sigh of relief. I was pretty pissed off at myself, and here's why. This is why I'm not a nitro person. Okay, I am kind of over racing nitro. I have been for a long time. I love watching other people do it. Obviously, other people that are better than me at it. The driving part, I love. How did I think about this weekend? I had a really like I had an internal moment with myself as we were lying in bed waiting for Sunday, and it was that I enjoy this hobby, lots of this hobby, right? I do a lot of it, but nitro, just there's something about it that I just don't like, and it's the maintenance part of it.
Yeah.
I just don't like doing it. I love driving. I love changing setups and all that and playing with that sort of thing. I hate the maintenance part of it. And there's so much maintenance in nitro racing, and I've always sucked at it, So I told Emerson, this is what I've been trying to not instill my disdain for the maintenance part of it on him. I've been trying to get him to do his own maintenance on this stuff. And I told him, I said, look, after every race, what I want you to do is take the engine off. I want you to take the clutch bell off. I want you to look at the clutch. I want you to see if it needs any work or any new shoes. See if anything's getting hung up. I want you to check the bearings. I want you to do, everything that you're supposed to be doing. Well, between round 2 and 3, we didn't do that because he found a fishing pole in the back of my truck. And there was a lake, and he wanted to go catch fish. And I'm sitting there going, well, I'm not going to do his maintenance for him. And so we left it. And what I think happened was, I'm pretty sure that either the front bearing exploded to cause this whole thing, or the screw actually backed out. Oh. And more than likely, we would have caught it if we had done what we should have done.
Yeah.
So the lesson here is don't not do maintenance if you're going to race nitro. Bad stuff happens for no reason, and you just make it worse if you don't do that, So that's how that went down.
Yeah.
We slept for 12 hours, I think Emerson did. So we got to the hotel like 9:30, and they weren't going to start racing until 9:30 the next day. And I know the last time I looked at the clock was 10:30 before I drifted off to sleep, and I didn't wake up until like 9 a.m., so I guess 11 hours. So we slept a long time, dude. I think the heat just took it out of us.
Oh, I bet.
Dude, look at this patch of hair I have. Look at that. What is that?
Getting long.
It's like sticking out. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So anyways, to wrap this up, the next day, we didn't have to be there right away in the morning because we were all in the mains. So that's one of the nice things about these type of races is if you're not in the lower main, you don't have to get there, right? And so we rolled in about 10 o'clock, and I got some video and stuff for a video I'm going to make on the whole thing, and Emerson went off to go try to catch fish again, and then his race. He did actually. He caught a whole bunch of little. There was a whole bunch of little sunfish, and then he caught a channel cat at the end. A channel catfish, and there was bass in there too. We saw him. We just couldn't catch him. I was telling him, well, why is the bass going to go for your little worm when there's all these little baby sunfish everywhere?
Yeah.
Also,
right.
I would not keep any fish out of that lake. That it was pretty gross. I mean, there was trash everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And on it, to be honest with you, Emerson and I are pretty sure that we spotted at least one or two crackheads at that lake. We're pretty sure. We didn't want to verify it, but we're pretty sure. So
yeah,
but it was still fun for him. So whatever. Anyways, the nitro main came up and he was first, and I went over that car like with a fine tooth comb, just making sure I worked on. Actually, that morning when I woke up, I actually worked on the car in the nice air conditioning instead of being out in the heat.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, got it all prepped and ready to go for the main, and he started fifth, and had kind of stayed out of trouble at the end. We were making good pit stops, so I was pitting him every 7 minutes, and he had caught up to third place. He was in fourth, had caught up to third place. He crashed in a spot, and the marshal. I hate to blame stuff on marshals again, but back at the Thunder Road race, we had electric buggy D main guys as the marshal for this B main of nitro buggy. And so there's a whole bunch of guys that had never even been in a nitro race before that were clearly like scared of the nitro car, right? They didn't know how to grab it. You know, they were worried about getting their hands caught or whatever. And the one guy wasn't, you know, we had the flame out issue there because the guy had his back turned to it and he was just aloof of what was going on, right? And then when he did finally grab it, we put it down. Emerson's car flamed out. We didn't really have that problem up in Foley for the most part.
No.
Just marshalling was just thin up there, that's all. It was a big track, and, you know, there definitely wasn't enough marshals to go around. It's just the way it was.
Yeah. It was a lighter turnout.
Yeah. This race, though, had quite a few kid marshals out there. And, you know, I have the standing rule at the Plex that if we race 8 scale, unless it's somebody that I trust, like when Emerson was 10 years old, you know, I could trust.
You to grab the wing or the tires or something.
I trusted
the pipe.
I trusted him to go out there and be able to flip a nitro car over. I didn't feel uncomfortable with that. But if I'm unfamiliar with you, or you're a volunteer and you're a kid, nope, you're out of there. Nope, we'll find somebody. We need to find an adult. And so there was a lot of kid marshals. Well, anyways, so Emerson crashed. He's upside down. He's worried about his engine, so he's doing the little pump wheel thing. Well, this kid raises her hands, like, I'm not going to touch it or whatever. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God, just grab the car. Well, she finally grabs it by the wing and flips it over, and it dies. So we had a flame out. So Jackson was there. Jackson went and ran over and got it, brought the car back to me, fired up right away. He only really lost like 20 seconds because of where he flamed out. It wasn't really that bad. Somehow he was still in fourth. And so the people behind us must have had a problem too. And then he got gifted because Townsend, I believe his car locked up.
Oh, and that's no good.
Yeah, so Emerson inherited third place and then finished. So, you know, that's nitro racing. Honestly, that's the way it goes. If you look at the results from this race, I think only 6 out of 10 cars actually finished. It might even be 5 out of 10. I guess I didn't look that hard, but it might even be 5 out of 10. So, but it went his way this time. I was pretty happy. So he got another third place out of his butt. And then we were all ready for the e-buggy main. And as soon as we went up there, the race before us was, I believe, the Sportsman Truggy Nitro main or whatever. And in the last 2 minutes, it started raining. And then it kept raining. And then it kept raining. And then the sun would shine for a split second. And then it would rain while it was sun shining. And then it kept raining. And then it kept raining. So
that's like the biggest tease in the world.
Oh, I know. It's terrible. If it would have just rained a little bit, it actually would have been nice. The track would have been nice and wet, but not muddy. You know, that it's just like he watered it. But instead, it just kept raining. So they called it. So I was happy that he called it because I did not want to take my e-buggy out there to get all muddy.
Yeah.
I was going to be, I was thinking about it. I'm like, what am I going to do? Am I going to say, nope, you guys are good? or am I going to go ahead and destroy my car?
I'd destroy my car every time. If we're racing, we're racing. You know?
Yeah, but it's so much mud.
It's a lot of work, but yeah.
I don't want to get it all cleaned up. I like my car being clean.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so
race carpet then.
Yeah. So I got TQ and a win out of that. How about that?
Nice.
Yeah. And then unfortunately, we weren't able to get the 40 plus nitro win in. So I ended up qualifying fourth because I had a one TQ round, so it helped with all the rest of the qualifying.
Yeah.
And
that's
was
why
that.
Outdoor racing qualifying is so important.
That's true. No, that's really true. Saturday, man, after that second round, I was thinking to myself, dude, you're gonna give this away. You need to straighten up.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, give it away now.
So ended up working out, and I'll be making a video out of it. I have a lot of footage to go through.
Yeah.
When
I start crashing while I'm leading, I'm always like, give it away
now.
Because it's going through my head.
Anyway. I have a lot of footage to go through, and I'm going to try to craft a story out of it. I don't even know where to begin right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do a voiceover one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm going to try to do it. We'll see how it works out. Maybe I won't. I don't know.
Sounds interesting.
So yeah, so there you go. That was my weekend. Your weekend was camping.
Yep. Mention nothing.
Was it nice not doing anything for that long period of time?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I played my new Legend of Zelda game in the camper while my wife and her family went and did stuff, but I didn't want to go hiking. So I didn't bring the proper shoes, you see. And that was my excuse. So I got to play video games. And I didn't bring my scooter. I think I only left the campground like twice. Once to go to Walmart, and then again when we had our kind of spent the day at Hill City and Keystone.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
My vacation is coming up. My actual vacation, my second one, is coming up in August. And because Emerson's backed out of this Cheyenne shootout trip, I'm not going to go either. So I think I'm just going to make it kind of a staycation.
Yeah.
I was thinking about, if it's not incredibly hot out, I was thinking about maybe trying a couple bike trails that I have never been to before, like Fort Dodge has a good one. And right outside of Sioux City, Ponca Hills is another good one, or Ponca State Park. I've never been up there, so I was thinking about doing that, but other than that, I'm not gonna like go anywhere or do anything. I'm just gonna have a week of nothing.
Yeah.
So there is a drag race on that Sunday.
I'm
gonna go do that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Hopefully I won't suck.
Yeah, don't suck. Can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm currently taking apart my gas truck engine.
Really?
Just look at it.
I just sold mine.
Gas truck engine?
No, my 8-scale engine.
Oh, you sold it?
Yeah.
Which one? The Samurai?
Yeah.
Oh. What are you gonna get?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're getting hooked up with Beach RC, Brent Densford, to carry ultimate stuff.
Okay.
So I might get one of those. It's also an OS engine, but it's got a different it's got a different carburetor than the Samurai does.
Yeah. You should just try to get an MX engine.
Ugh, I don't want to spend the money on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw Chad Parks was selling one.
Yeah, you should have just bought it.
Yeah, no. It's probably too late. Well, I'm excited to see you get your gas truck thing going for next weekend again.
Yeah, Justin Stevie got one.
There was a lot of talk about gas truck down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Anybody talk about my truck?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, really? What'd they have to say?
Just that they saw the video and they really want one.
Yeah.
So,
Be cool. Be
yeah.
cool if we can get a bunch of them.
Did you see Jason Schuld has his Adam Drake up on 402?
No, I didn't see that.
It's $350 for a Drake
That's not
edition.
bad.
Drake edition, a bunch of parts and an engine.
You gonna buy it?
No. I'm done spending money for a while.
Yeah. You should get a gas truck conversion kit and race gas truck.
Yeah, maybe next year.
Yeah.
It's nitro. I'm not a nitro guy.
Why?
I don't like the work it takes.
Oh.
I
I like the engine and the stuff, and
know.
I don't know.
I've been doing this for so long. I feel like that I'm starting to turn into that cranky old guy I just like my things that I like, and I don't. It's like music. Like I don't really care for the stuff I don't like. I don't know. That's a bad way to explain it.
Yeah, it is. I think it's more like you get spread so thin. You know, like you'd probably do so many different genres of RC that it's hard to dedicate a time consumer one like this.
Yeah, I could see that. Speaking of that, there's a crawler event Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be down in Lincoln. You should come out. I have a truck for you.
Sunday.
Ooh. Sunday.
Might be able to do that.
I think it's 10 a.m. Same place, 27th and P.
Why are they always after the summer series?
That's a good question, but I'm happy it is because those are the only Sundays off I get anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because of the hours. They don't want me to have, 80 hours in 1 week. So
yeah, it's all right.
Because tomorrow's going to be nothing but track prep for me out in the 105 degree heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to talk about racing real quick, and then we'll take a pivot break, and then we'll get to the chat, and then we'll get out of here.
Sure. Yeah,
unless you got anything you want to bring up.
No, not really.
Okay. So we did have some racing at the Hobbyplex this weekend. On Friday night, there was 3 heats. Why is my phone still on? I thought I turned it off. Let me do that. There we go. So on Friday night, we had 3 heats. We had 1 heat of Plex, 1 heat of stock buggy, and a 4-wheel drive heat. I think that Tom and those guys were out for a weekend of practice and racing. So in Plex Spec, you had McMullen and Isabella McMullen first and second. Prendergast was there running third. Chris Kinzer was fourth. And then TJ Williams and then Asher Kinzer. That was your Plex Spec A main. And then you had in stock buggy. How about, dude, I told you, Diego Quintana.
Yeah.
Took the win on a Friday night stock buggy.
That's pretty cool.
That's one of those kids. Remember I was saying he's another one that we're going to be seeing up there.
Mm-hmm.
Josh McMullen, Tanner Anthony, and TJ Williams. Looks like TJ. Oh, no, TJ finished like 6/10 behind Tanner. So Tanner's another one. He's been getting better and better. They just got to come out. He's got to come out on a Saturday. Not that there's anything wrong.
There's a lot of people that only race on Fridays.
Yeah, there is. There really is, which is fine. That's good. I mean, you got to race when you can. But then you had 4-wheel drive mod. So it looked like you had Tom Rinderknecht, TJ Williams, Logan Prismanis, Andre Pachelko. That's a name I'm not familiar with. So if I killed your name, I'm very sorry. And then Caleb Singh. Caleb's one of the other kids that works upstairs. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So very light turnout for Friday. The turnout thing, this time of year, you got vacations, you got the fact that it's hot out. You have other things to compete with a lot of times when you're talking to like sports. A lot of kids are involved in stuff, and I'm not too worried about a low club racing weekend every once in a while. I just don't want it to be a trend. That's when I would start to worry.
Sure. Yeah, me too.
So Saturday we had Riley Filbert running the races for us.
Yay.
I asked him and was like, is this something you'd be interested in doing? And he was like, yeah, sure. And I know that he knew Live Time or was familiar with it because of his dad owns Ultraline in Topeka, and they use it. So
yeah.
We had 4 heats. Where's the mains? There we go. So we had a 13.5 buggy / mod buggy. There was 8 cars, so I mean it's not like it was terrible. So Tom Rindernecht taking the win in that one. About TJ Williams leading the 13.5 guys. Corey Tannehill was there. And there is this Andre Pachelko. And then John Haas, Chad Irwin, Alex Vanderbeek, looks like he broke out. And then Dylan Haas. And yeah, so there was 8 cars. It's probably a mix of mod and stock, I'm sure. Mini Truggies, you had John Haas taking the win. Chad Irwin was there. 2nd week in a row for Chad. Diego Quintana and TJ Williams, I'm sure that's a mix of Pro 4 and TJ was probably running his stadium truck. So
yeah.
Stock buggy, we had 6 cars. TJ Williams taking the win, going much faster than he did on Friday night. Daniel Bender qualifying 2nd, finishing 2nd on a 14. There's Diego, finishing 3rd. Jerry Doherty went down for some club racing, and then Andre once again 5th, and Dylan Haas was 6th. And then you had modified 2-wheel drive, and it was Alex, Tom, and Riley, and that's how they finished. Alex taking the win, Tom Rindernecht 2nd, Riley Filbert 3rd.
It's all right.
And then, believe it or not, there was racing on Sunday. And
oh, really? What was racing on Sunday?
It was the Hobbyplex Summer On-Road Triple Crown.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And this was the race number 2. So this is round 2 of 3. And you know that because it's called Triple Crown. So you know there's 3 races.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how that works. And check this out. There was 34 entries on Sunday. So Sunday's on-road beat Saturday and Sunday. Or Saturday and Friday.
Oh, that's cool.
That hasn't happened in a little while.
Yeah. No. That's good for them, huh?
Very good. Yep.
It's all right.
Well, especially because they haven't been racing on Wednesdays. Like, they have had such light turnouts on Wednesday that they just kind of called it a practice night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just the summer, right?
Yeah, it's just summertime. No, I mean, why?
Yeah.
Carpet on road's a winter thing.
Yeah, carpet's what you do in the winter. Yeah.
Of course, at the Plex, it's all year. Technically, it's all year round.
All year round. Around the Plex, yeah.
Okay, so USGT, Mike Clement, taking the TQ and win. Ken McKinney was 2nd. Chris Tyler was 3rd. Jason Snodgrass was 4th. Mason Ebner was 5th, and Ben Seidlich was 6th. So there was 6 USGT cars.
That's good.
Euro Truck.
That's all right.
Euro Truck had Mark Borgatti taking the win. Tim Ski finishing 2nd. Barry Eveland was 3rd. Clayton Whitmire was 4th.
Hey, coming out of retirement.
Yeah, we have a Clayton Whitmire sighting. Mason Ebner was 5th. Then you had 17.5 12 scale. You had Mike Clement taking the TQ and win. Chris Tyler was 2nd. Kobe Krell was 3rd. Jason Schald was 4th. And Will Frerick was 5th. And then Vintage Trans Am. There was, holy crap, there was 8 of these guys. Wow. Tony Cook taking the win. Remember, he's got that really fast vintage car that I always talk about. Jay Hines finishing 2nd. Have I ever told the story on here where I sold Jay Hines my Triple XS after I smashed it to pieces?
No.
Oh, my God. I got to tell that story. Olin Hines' kiddo finished 3rd. Mark Ebner was 4th. Jason Snodgrass was 5th. Barry Eveland was 6th. Tom Quinn Inslee was 7th, and Rick Clement was 8th. Then you had Formula One, which I'm gonna try to race Formula One this winter.
Oh,
I've got a Yokomo Formula One in my possession right now.
If you have it, yeah, you might as well run it.
Exactly. Ken McKinney taking the win. Olin Hines was second. Ben Seidlich was third. Mark Ebner was fourth. Mason Ebner was fifth, and Tony Cook was sixth. And then GTE, and I'm pretty sure these are those four-wheel drive lay-down shock Tamiya cars that are really cool.
That's cool.
And Tim Ski destroyed it. Wow, hold on a second. I needed to scratch my ear, and I moved my headphones around. I couldn't put it back on because my hair's so big.
Yeah.
Tim Ski taking the win. Tom Quinenza was second. Mark Enmer was third, and Barry Eveland was fourth. Okay, really quick before pivot. So, long time ago. So, the Hobbyplex actually started from the idea for it started from the parking lot racing that used to happen at the Maple Street store. So our Hobbyplex, our Hobby Town, I should say, was at 132nd and Maple. And on Sundays, most of the businesses were closed, and so they would do parking lot racing out there back in the TC3 days, TC3, TC4s.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, I was a low C guy, so I had a triple XS, and one of those races, I had I used to live in Hillsborough Apartments, which is right up the street from there.
Yeah.
And, when my wife and I, how do I put this? So basically, one of the perks of her job at the time was that she got this apartment like super cheap. So I finally found a roommate. I was so happy. Like I was living on my own for a year. Then I met my wife, and we moved in together maybe 4 months after we met into this super amazing brand new apartment. And Gretchen only had me pay $100 to her a month. So it was like the best deal ever. Like, it was great. So I used to work at Baker's, and Baker's was all the way down on Saddle Creek. So I had to drive from 144th and Maple all the way down to like 42nd and Leavenworth. And a lot of times I would stop by there on Sunday mornings while they were doing the races just to check it out. And a lot of times somebody would have a car and say, "Hey, you want to drive? You want to race?" And I'd be like, "I got to work. How much do I pay?" And then I would race, and then I would show up to work like 4 hours late. And I would still not get fired. I never understood how that worked. I must have done that like 3 or 4 times. Anyways, so I was at this race with my triple XS, and I was winning. I think it was like mod touring. Jeff Cozine was there. I think he was behind me in second place. And all of a sudden my car came to a rolling stop, and I'm like, what the heck? And that was 20 something years ago. So that was back in my younger, more aggressive days. Yeah. And the pulley or something had come apart. Obviously, maintenance issue, just as always. And so I was mad. And so I took the car and I slammed it as hard as I could on the ground. And then I didn't want anybody to see me. I was at least aware that people could see me do this crazy stuff that I used to do. So I went down the hill near the street down there, and I just foot stomped this car to death. And it was all graphite. Yeah. It was a completely graphite car, but I had bought the graphite conversion kit for it separately, right? And so then after that, I picked up the pieces and I put them in my box and I finished out the day. And then like that week, I took all the non-graphite parts that I still had and I put the car all back together, and then I sold it to Jay Hines for like $120.
Did he know that that's what happened to it?
I don't know. If he watches the show, he does now, but whatever. So yeah, so I was kind of a douche back then. It's just,
Yeah, I'll never forget the time you destroyed that 22T and sold it to somebody. Because we were both there, and well, that was when you and I would stay until like
midnight.
I don't know, 5 o'clock in the morning, like super early.
Yeah,
practicing. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
And I just stay at your house, and like I don't know if you hadn't slept.
Probably not, but I hated that truck. You couldn't.
Yeah, you were like so.
It was so inconsistent. You could change something on it, it'd be good for like 2 laps, and all of a sudden, I don't know.
Yeah, you're so mad. You took one of those, like the boxes we stand on, the wooden heavy boxes.
Yeah.
And threw it off the driver's stand and hit that. I'm like, like, you know that meme, like the puppet, like when you see somebody in traffic, it's just like, you know, and then I started like laughing. I was like, man, I'm just impressed you hit it with the box. But like folded the chassis in half, and then you put a new chassis on it and sold it.
Yeah.
It's somebody.
He knew I hit. Yeah, but that was Luis. I'm pretty sure I sold it to Luis Valles.
Yeah, Louis Valles. Yeah,
Louis,
I know.
not Luis. That's Martinez. Louis Valles.
Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he knew that I told him. I told him
Yeah.
what I did, and he was like, "Yeah, that's fine," because I was selling it super cheap too.
Yeah. He's like, he texts you, like, I want my $90 back.
Yeah.
Like 10 years later.
Okay, we're gonna take a pivot break, but first, Jason Haley just gave us a 99-cent super chat. He wants to know: Will Will Brinton also race F1 if will race F1 if I do it also?
No.
Nah.
No, I've no desire to race that class.
His on road is like my nitro.
I love on road. I just think it's too slow. I just think on road's too slow for, like, I don't know, the stuff that we do around here. And it's fine, but
I think
that and Associated doesn't make an on road car.
No, that's true.
Anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
When they did,
you missed your
it was
window.
pretty much, yeah. When they did, it was pretty much just like, what am I thinking here?
It's
It
like
was
the
pretty much just outdoor asphalt racing.
Yeah, but it was also I remember Bob Stelflew talking about it. He was like, this is easy for us to make. We already have the pod from our 12 scale. Why don't we just do the chassis? Because that's all it really was. It was just an extension of their 12 scale almost.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, if Associated still made one, or I could probably find one, but it's just like the thing that burns me out on road is, you show up for a Winter Series club race to race 12 scale, and guys have two cars. Like, they have a low grip car and a high grip car. And it's like,
but I don't think I think that's just them. Like,
yeah,
I know which guys you're talking about, and I just think that's just what they want to do.
yeah.
I've seriously contemplated just buying a 12 scale just because, and just going down there and destroying everybody like I always do. And I'm not saying that would happen, but I'm saying that I would put a pretty good effort into making that happen.
Yeah, and it's like you can't make up any time on horsepower, like just by being able to pull harder, Like, you have to be really smooth, and I don't know, it's just not me anymore.
Yeah.
I've never been
the F1
super smooth.
The
driver.
F1 thing to me is challenging because it's on rubber tires and the cars are so skinny. I've always thought that would be cool if you can get the car to work. That was the hard part. The last time I raced F1, I was racing a Tamiya car, and for whatever reason, that car did not like racing on carpet.
That thing didn't like existence.
No, it would.
Like, all those F1 cars back then just hated life. Like, they just tried to, like, destroy themselves into a wall or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was tough.
They hated existence that much.
Yeah,
like, we should not exist.
It was tough to
Just
drive
go
that
straight
car.
into a pipe.
I mean, that's why I think having something like a Yokomo or an or Roche, or an X-Ray, something like that. Oh my gosh, I bet you it'd be pretty fun.
Yeah,
the cars look like they grip pretty good now.
Yeah, I just prefer, like, if I was going to race on road, like, I would rather race, like, I don't know, 10.5 touring car or something like that.
Yeah.
But you see, like, I remember when we ran that TA05 stuff, like the Tamiya series or whatever. Like, I had a TA05. I ran 17.5. My car was faster than the 13.5 cars, and they wouldn't let me run that class. But it's like, I put a 13.5 in my car, and it was I could still go. I felt like I could still go faster.
Right.
Like, I was like, even when we ran the enduros, like, I would shake down my 10 scale pan car with a 8.5 in it. and drive it and not destroy it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
I always would have liked to have raced in the time of mod touring car.
Yeah. I don't miss that at all.
Back then. Now it's probably entirely different. Tub chassis racing was like so easy. Like that's what made it so popular.
That's true.
Think.
So the first time that I ever raced mod touring car was in Chillicothe, Missouri, like 2003. First time I ever put a mod in a touring car before, and I remember it being so fast. At the time, I'd never driven anything faster than that before, and I laughed so hard in practice because the car was ridiculously fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I was legitimately having a good time. And then I started to wear tires out, and then then that good time went away, and then in mod, I mean, you hit stuff and you're done. Your race is over.
Yeah, yeah.
So
you get a car pretty quick.
USGT is a nice. To me, USGT is a nice speed for touring car. I really enjoy racing USGT a lot because it's still fast, but it's not. It's not so fast where if you do make a mistake and you wreck, your car's not going to be, a pile of parts.
Devoured.
Yeah. Plus the bodies look cool.
Yeah, I like that part of it, I raced USGT. That was probably because when I raced it, it was still open timing. Like you could run timing.
Yeah.
So you could have a car that was like second gear boost in the straightaway. It's actually really fast. So.
Yep.
Anyway,
all right, we'll go to a pivot break because I need my kickstart. It's nice and cold and waiting for me, and then we'll get we'll get into the chat and then we'll be done and out here.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Yeah! This is a Pivot Lending Update with David Olson and Don Zoller. Get some.
This is David Olson with Pivot Lending Group. Today is May 10th, 2021, and we are going to be talking about temporary financing. Pivot Lending Group works with several credit unions, community banks across the Midwest and on the West Coast, soon to be on the East Coast, that we're teaming up with to have an alternative to your traditional bridge mortgage. In a bridge situation, you would be purchasing your future home as well as retaining your departing property for a short period of time until that property sells. And on your home that you'd be purchasing, you would have long-term financing. And then once your loan on the home that you sell gets paid off, then everything's a wash. Great programs, tons of great bridge programs out there. The downside to a traditional bridge is you end up in a situation for potentially 1 or 2 months, maybe longer than that, of having 2 mortgage payments. You have the mortgage payment on the property that you're purchasing, and then you still have the mortgage payment on the property that you bridged out to help you with that purchase. Teaming up with our financial institutions, credit unions, and the community banks on the temporary side, we can come in, lend the money to purchase the new home, and then bundle everything together on your primary house that you're selling, on the new home, and put it into just one master note. And then you have one monthly payment on that master note. And potentially you can even have deferred payment to the end of the term, the short-term term, until that house is sold. So really excited about that. Gives you guys opportunities to come in and to put yourself ahead of the line with some of the other buyers, because you can come in, contract quickly without a lot of additional conditions or requests with the seller. Makes you really, really attractive. There are some things that you have to have in order to qualify for it. Obviously equity is a big one, pretty strong credit and those sorts of things. If you have any questions on that program, feel free to give me a call, 402-881-5951, and we can walk you through and show you the differences between a traditional bridge loan and temporary financing.
David Olson, NMLS 16099. Don Zoller, NMLS 277589. Pivot Lending, NMLS 109995.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hey, speaking of Baez, Brian Baez went off to fight a fire in Columbus, Nebraska. You know, he's a volunteer firefighter for Woodbine.
Yeah.
And I think like a day ago, they got like Columbus sent out a call for help, and he went off to do that. And I just saw a post from his wife saying that he's back home and safe. So
that's good.
Yeah, those firefighters. I'm honestly, I don't know if I could ever see myself doing that.
Yeah. I don't know. You'd be surprised, like what you're capable of.
No, that's true.
But definitely much respect for those guys.
Yeah. So good job, Brian. We're glad you're home safe.
Yeah. Thanks.
Now hurry up and get to the track.
Yeah, you got to come to the track now. You risked your life to fight a fire. Now you got to race.
Yep.
You know?
Another one of my friends is wearing Yoko Ono glasses today for some reason. I think it has something to do with the Olympics.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about that?
No.
Oh.
My dad told me a funny joke. He was like an extra. It was like during leap year or something. Oh, it wasn't 2020 a leap year?
Yeah.
He said an extra day in 2020 is like a bonus track on a Yoko Ono album. I thought that was really funny because my dad and I are big Beatles fans.
Well, apparently this person does not believe that Yoko Ono broke up the Beatles, and I'm like, okay.
Yes and no. They were already pretty getting apart.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's another podcast.
That's another podcast altogether. What else? Did you see that Kevin Smith is going to make a Clerks 3?
Yeah, of course. We already talked about it. Yeah.
Did we talk about it last week?
Maybe. I don't know. I remember talking to somebody about it.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Now you got to see one of them.
I know.
You got to actually see the movie. So.
It was on my mind the other night, and then I couldn't find it, so I didn't watch it.
Where'd you look?
Netflix.
It's not on Netflix.
Oh, well, that's why. See, that explains it.
Why you always got to make me the bad guy?
I'm not making you the bad guy. Not at all. I will try to watch it at some point. I will. I will illegally stream it to my computer here and see if I can find it.
You'll accidentally download it for free.
Yeah, exactly. All right, before we get to the comments.
No try, only do.
Yeah. Before we get to the comments, here we go.
I only do. What does Yoda say? What's Yoda's catchphrase? Like, give me another pickle. Like that's.
There is no try, only do. I can't do it right now. Hang on, I got to drink something. My mouth is dry.
His throat's dry. My throat is so dry.
My throat is dry. Come closer. I don't want to mess it up, so I don't really want to do it. I'm not going to do Yoda.
Okay, that's fine. Have you actually ever seen Star Wars? No, I've only seen the Clone Wars cartoons.
Dude, speaking of, I located my original VHS Star Wars and Empire.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really happy about that because it's the unaltered version.
Yeah, without the
crap in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, the crap in it for New Hope and for Empire are not really that noticeable, but man, they just destroyed the Return of the Jedi. Just absolutely obliterated it, and it pissed me off when I saw it in the theater. I almost walked out.
Really?
Yeah, I was pretty upset.
Yeah, he like grabbed the bellhop by his shirt. It's like, Star Wars, I want my $8 back. You go find George Lucas, and you're like, give me back my $8. So obviously you haven't seen this. Clerks, the animated series.
No.
There's this episode where Randall is, I can't even remember why. Oh, Jay slips on soda at the Quick Shop, and he sues the Quick Shop, and he's on Randall gets to bring as many witnesses to the stand as he wants or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he brings George Lucas to the to the stand, and he's like, man, what'd you do with Empire? I want my $8 back. So he brings back all these movie directors. One of them was I don't know, what Spielberg, brings Spielberg in. I can't remember what maybe it was like Waterworld. I can't remember why he wanted to take $8 back, but I just remember I haven't seen Clerks the animated series in a long time, but yeah, it's really funny.
That'd be fun.
So you gotta watch. Yeah,
I gotta go back.
It's pure Kevin Smith comedy.
I gotta find all that. Have you seen? Did you see the Masters of the Universe thing yet?
Nah.
I haven't either, but I've watched some of the reviews. And yeah, I don't know. I gotta watch the thing for myself to make my own decisions.
Yeah.
Anyways,
man, my OSTR might have more pinch than my TZ.
That's nice.
If you're interested in knowing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an engine. We already talked about how I don't really care for nitro.
Well, this one doesn't use the turbo plug. It just uses the regular old run-of-the-mill plug.
If it wasn't for Emerson enjoying it so much, we wouldn't even own a nitro car. But he does like racing it, and he does really good at it too when he wants to.
Yeah, only when he wants to.
Yeah. All right, let's go through the chat here real fast, and then we'll
yeah,
be
why
done.
don't we go through the chat real quick once?
So Nuthouse, one of our Patreon members, is on here. John Haas, Michael Root. We already talked about how he asked me about Louis C.K. That's coming up this Thursday. I'll let you guys know next week. Eli Webb was on here. Steve R.C. Steve Eichler, another Patreon member, is on here. Jason Haley, he's been on the chat quite a bit. Another Patreon member. Mike Root says he saw him at the CenturyLink, and he was really funny. And then he saw Jim Gaffigan 2 weeks later. Jim Gaffigan's another funny guy. Steve RC wants to know if there's no after hours this week. I don't know. The show's at 7, so I can't imagine him doing a 2-hour set. But I don't know who's going to lead into him either. When I went and saw Chad Daniels, they had one guy warm us up for like 5 minutes, and then it was Chad Daniels. So I might be able to get out of there in time to go home and work on stuff. I actually do have a couple things I want to work on. Michael Root says he'd love to see Gilbert Godfrey. I didn't even know Gilbert Godfrey was still alive.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
He is pretty funny. I like him when he does the roasts, the Comedy Central roasts.
Remember when Affleck fired him?
Yeah.
He did that joke, like, what is it, like, in Japan, the ocean comes to you or something like that. It was after, a big tsunami.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Nope. Now I'm canceled. Kick me off the show.
John Haas says that if I do get to meet Louis C.K., just don't shake his hand.
I would. He put a rubber glove on and he remembers
snap,
it. And,
do the snap.
yeah. And then shake his hand. And you're like, all right, which hand was it? And you shake that hand specifically. like you don't even say why you're like he's like, hi, I'm Louie, and you're like, all right, which hand was it?
Oh man.
Anyway,
Jason Haley says J Concept says new stiff foams. Don't forget about those.
Yeah, I didn't forget.
Do you think they're going to work on our track though? I mean, we're always trying to make our foam softer.
I don't think you need them at our track. I think that's going to be a high grip slick tire thing.
Right. So like Beach RC, SDRC, OCRC, Intermountain, where they run slicks there. More.
See, right?
I
was wondering though, if you take them, you get them and you make them softer, like you punch them up, they'll be springier. You know, they might be better because of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't felt one yet, so.
Yeah, that's true. Steve Eichler, why does the inside dirt track have to be different tires than the outside dirt track?
Oh,
well,
different type of surface, track temperature. It's like
on the outside track on outdoor tracks you need a pin to penetrate the soil, whereas in the indoor, we're not really penetrating the dirt. right?
Yeah, you're more or less using the tread to displace the dust or whatever moisture is there. There's times in outdoor you'd run bar tires like we run an indoor, but they're a different compound. I don't think you could run.
I got
golds
some blue,
outside.
I got blue dirt webs. I actually took a full set with me down there just in case.
Yeah.
Like if that trek had no dust, dude, it might have worked.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how long they would have lasted, but it might have worked.
It might have worked.
You know, but there was a lot of, well, not really dust. I would call it debris.
Debris.
Mm-hmm. Riley Filbert says that J Concepts is replacing the R2 compound with Aqua, which I think I knew about that for a while. You can still get R2 compound though with what they have, if you can find it. Jason Haley wants to know, why not just make a house rule that there is no tire prep?
That won't work
because you can't enforce it.
I'd get around that so quick.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but in practice, it's pretty much unenforceable. That's why we don't do it.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, everybody, please be honest.
Right.
You know.
Are we going to regionals? No, it's a summer series race.
Yeah, I like to, but
same weekend as a summer series race, and I know Will's really bummed out because he wanted to race gas truck.
I thought about skipping the summer series to go race gas truck.
See,
but I don't think I'm going to.
Tomcat, he's on here. Name I haven't seen up in a few different podcasts. So he says, "What's up?"
What's up?
Riley says, "I'm down for slicks at the Nats. Based on our last nationals we held, I still don't think it'll be slicks."
Nope.
At least not in two-wheel drive. Like I said, maybe four-wheel drive, I think you can get away with it, but not two-wheel drive.
Yeah, God, I hope not. I really hope we don't run slicks.
Why not stay at the motel next to the Hutch track? Because I don't want the plague. Yeah.
That's a good reason not to stay somewhere.
Yeah.
No plague, please.
No plague. No weird diseases. Riley also says that I'm too lazy for the maintenance. You're correct. And any track change before this weekend? Nope. We've raced summer series, a truck series, a club race, and now a summer series. So no changes because I don't feel like it. It's way too much work. I am going to. I looked at the track actually before I stopped by the Plex to drop off some stuff. And I looked at the track, and I am going to be doing some maintenance on it tomorrow, but no track changes. We'll save that for the August round. Nick Nuthouse says to take Emerson catfishing on the Platte River. That sounds like fun. Like I said, I got a full week off, and I think that's the last week before he goes back to school. So we'll try to find something fun to do. Chris Hardiston, he's into drag racing. He's back here in the chat. He did some no prep testing with his Tekin setup in the vet on asphalt. Did a timing change, ran a 3 flat at 53 miles an hour. Still a ton to go. So I assume that's a 13.5 car.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty fast.
Maybe it's pretty fast.
Emerson did a 3.1 one time. The rest of them were like
really?
The rest of them were like 3.2s. So, Nick Nuthouse, what nitro engine are you getting to run for the winter series? I haven't made a pure decision yet, but it sounds like we might be starting to carry Ultimate engines. We might become a dealer for them in the Midwest. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Tack before 2 says his eyes are getting better again. We'll be back racing. He misses us all. Riley said that the guy, I can't remember his name now, but he was a Colorado guy that's never been to Plex before, so that's pretty cool. The last name that I was having a hard time. I can't remember his name now.
What is that engine company that used to be Dynamite, or they used to make engines for Dynamite? Is that SH?
SH, yeah.
Wasn't there a guy running those engines in 40 plus at Silver State? and doing well with them.
I don't know. I was making the comment this as I was leaving. I was like, man, I kind of miss all those free Dynamite engines I used to get.
Yeah.
Because they ran good for about 3 gallons.
Yeah.
Then after that, maybe.
Yeah, just in time for you to hate nitro racing.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, all right, my engine's warming out, and I'm worn out on this genre of RC.
Yep, this is enough for me. Eichler says our B6.2 tires are coming unglued in some spots. The best way to repair is to move the glue and start over. I don't think so. You should just be able to spot glue them, right?
Yeah, you should be able to.
So I'll do that. So usually at a summer series race, especially, the edges will start coming off, and I'll just re-glue them, wrap a rubber band around those bad boys, and get them back on the rim so they can keep going. And
man, this thing has great pinch. Listen to that.
Nice.
All I say is clean it.
Nice. I think that's about it. Jason Haley's oldest boy is a firefighter EMT.
Oh, I knew that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know Jason had any more kids.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's it. Do or do not. There is no try. That's about as good as you're going to get right now for me.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
And then John Haas says his Truggy rebuild for this weekend's almost done. So he's doing maintenance.
Exciting.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's it. It's 8 o'clock. We've been on for an hour and a half, so we better get out of here.
No. All right.
Thank you guys. Once again, this show was brought to you by Pivot Lending Group. You can find it at pivotlending.com. Mention our show. Get 0.125 off your interest rate or $500 lender credit. And make sure you talk to Don Zoller or Aiden Olson's dad. And
talk to Aiden Olson's dad, too.
Yeah. So
even if you just want to visit, he likes to visit.
Yeah, you should just call out
just
call for no reason. Just be like, hey, is Aiden Olson's dad there? Okay, I think that's it. That's Will Brinton on the screen. I'm Alex Sturgeon, and this was yet another Hobbyplex Show podcast. I've got some stuff in the works for Patreon that nothing's ironed out yet. I have some ideas, and I want to make some exclusive Patreon content, at least for like a time period. So we're working on that. So if you guys aren't a member yet, we don't really care. I didn't put any tiers or anything. You can choose how much you want to pay, but it's one way to get your support for the show. And there's some other exciting stuff that I got in the pike too, but I can't talk about it right now.
Yeah. That's all right.
I did want to talk about one thing. Tiny Tuesdays.
Tiny Tuesdays.
So starting in October.
I thought that was like your new restaurant.
No. all the little hamburgers are like quarter size.
Yeah, Tiny Tuesdays.
But Tiny Tuesdays, it's going to be that's where we're going to put our Mini T and Mini B Latrax 4-wheel drive racing and crawling, because I'm going to make a SCX 24 crawling course. So it's going to be great.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So keep that in mind for this winter. Something fun to do on a Tuesday.
You know what I really want to do?
What?
An RC track. So you know how Nintendo has those FPV Mario Karts?
Yeah.
Like, I thought that would be neat to set up a course at, like, Hobbytown.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere. Like, the Lincoln store, like, they have the RCP track. I saw somebody do it.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it was at a Hobbytown.
Yeah.
I saw a video of it, and I was like, that looks really cool.
I could see that.
Like, I'd be into that, too. But I don't know. It's like, something's got to give. I can't just keep coming up with ideas.
Right. Just make sure you write them all down.
Yeah. I just think it'd be really, really neat to do, like, have an organized Mario Kart night.
That would be fun.
Like, you could do, depending on how many people you had, you could do, like, bracket stuff.
Ooh, yeah.
And then come up with the main.
That'd be sweet.
Would that be neat?
That would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
All right. I'll see you guys. I'll see you later.
All right.